Okay, this is one of the official entrances into the complex, and they've made it very narrow on purpose because if an invading army wanted to attack Pisac, they could only do maybe 2 or 3 in a row at a time. So then the Inca army, who would be up here, could easily pick them off. So it's done strategically for that purpose. So this is the part of the military aspect. Okay.
Okay.
And this is quite possibly another part of the military. You notice, again, a very narrow entrance to restrict the number who can come in at one time.
One at a time.
And if you see these niches in the walls, of which there are thousands and thousands and thousands of them, a standard guide will tell you that that's where the Inca would have a gold statue of some kind. There wasn't enough gold in Peru to be able to do that. So they were simply for storage. And the Inca adopted this design of niche. They didn't invent it. It's a trapezoid shape. And that's what we're going to see, especially at Ollantaytambo. The megalithic aspect has, I think, 13 of these niches that fit perfectly together. And they're also very acoustic, again, to the sound of Om. So if somebody sticks their head into the niche at one end and someone makes that tone in the other end, the sound goes right through the stone to the other person, like amplified. So again, obviously for acoustic, but these ones are made of rocks and adobe mud, so they're not acoustic at all. And then this is the rest of the complex here, or part of it. That's the royal sector up on top. And then again, these giant terracing systems. They're average 10 to 12 feet high, recently restored. And then over that way is another part of the big farming sector there. And the trail, which is now, I think, it's prohibited to go through, but the megalithic complex is up and over the mountain right over there. And as I said, if you want to walk from here down to the town, it takes at least 8 hours, which I've done a couple of times. And there are tombs straight down that way. If you look at the vertical surface of the wall, you'll see slight light discolorations. Those are adobe sealed tombs, which are no longer sealed. And up here, when we get farther up that way, there are about 3,000 of them in the side of the mountain. So now we're walking through, again, with the military sector off to the right. Again, another look at the incredible terracing system here.
Brian.
Yep.
Those retaining walls are those afterwards, or are they part of the
Oh, you're talking about way to the second mountain range.
No, the
Oh, this
retaining
one
walls
right
right here, yes.
Oh, those little walls.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all Inca, but there's a megalithic part too,
Ooh.
right over there, which hopefully we'll go to. It's a megalithic gate, and yeah. And this is one of the native trees, whose name escapes me. But there are no, like I said before, there are no native trees growing in this part of Peru that grow straight. The only ones that do are the eucalyptus because they're from Australia. So when people say that the Inca moved a 125-ton stone from the quarry to get to Sacsayhuaman, they didn't have anything to make
Straight.
a roller out of. And also it's wet half of the year. So how would you possibly move something like that, without getting it bogged down in the mud? And you're going up and over mountains, to get to the quarry. And nobody actually really knows where the quarry is. We went to one which is about 3 miles away. It seems to be the same material, but you'd have to take samples and get them tested in a lab to make sure, for sure. And it's a huge area, but we were never able to find like a big stone that was still there, or one that had been partially cut. The erosion is just extreme. Again, indicating, we've had geologists come with us throughout Peru and stuff, and when I asked them how old or how much weathering based on climate conditions, are we talking hundreds or thousands of years? They've all said thousands of years. So that's geological evidence that the Inca couldn't have done some aspects of this stuff. There's also another story that the quarry is actually in the Sacred Valley itself. So I think at Ukai, so transporting it from there to get up to there is like absolutely crazy. But we're also going to see there's a megalithic part over here, and that's basalt as compared to the local stone, which is igneous, but it's not basalt. And the quarry is about 35 miles in that direction. So we're going to actually pass the quarry. It's called Rumi Kolka, which means stone storage. That's a good name that's the Inca name for a quarry. It makes, again, everything's logical. So we'll drive right past it and see. So yeah, this is the first megalithic big complex I'd ever seen. And I did, when I first turned around that corner back there and look at it, I did say, holy fuck. I'd never seen, I'd been to Stonehenge and stuff, but I'd never seen anything on this kind of scale.
Hydraulics.
So now we're going to walk to see part of the megalithic aspect here at Pisac. It's called the Amaru Punku, which means the gate of the snake. So you see here, this is the megalithic part. With some repair work on top.
Tiene la mira, ¿no te
Buenas
das cuenta?
tardes.
Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes.
So look at the size of this lintel. 2 pieces.
I don't know. I can't see with all white.
That's for locking the door.
Oh, you think that's what that was?
Yeah.